My name is Andrew Mukomazi, and I'm a Buddhist in Uganda.
I see.
I've been at the Uganda Buddhist Center, supporting the monastery for 10 years now.
Wow.
So, as I'd like to share with you a brief history.
I see, that's
So,
great.
the
How you becoming believing in the, Buddha,
Buddhism.
Buddhism, right?
So, my
Just
dad.
briefly.
Yes. So, our founder Bante Budarakita is cousins with my father.
I see.
So my father, having traveled to Japan and
Oh.
growing up with the founder,
I see.
my uncle Bante Budarakita.
Oh.
So he used to bring me here when I was much younger.
Okay.
So he used to bring me here. But I'd always wonder, what is this, So until I think I was around university, when I was doing my bachelor's degree at the university, he finally, I used to come and engage in some little works. There used to be some little construction, so I'd come and help out when it comes to payment of the workers, supervision of the work.
Okay.
So that was on small scale. So I was still trying to understand what is. I would see him wearing robes, but I didn't know exactly who he is. So, but when I was at university, there was a volunteer that was here. He was coming from USA, and he was. Bante told me he wanted to teach children mindfulness.
Okay.
So mindfulness games. So he told me, can you please bring your siblings and be in charge, make sure your siblings are here and then they can learn. So I used to bring my siblings every Sunday. So the days I would not study, I would study Monday to Friday at university. Then Sunday, if I'm not having exams, I would come and bring my siblings here.
Sure.
So then I would take part and see what he would teach them. Metta, I remember Modita, the Brahma Viharas. So he used to quiz them a little bit in English and in Pali. So they're able to figure out exactly what it is and what it means. Then around the same time was, I think we had the first borehole here, and community used to come and pick water from here. Sometimes the borehole would break down and Bante would not be here. So I was tasked always to tell Bante, Bante, where is the borehole? People are saying the borehole is no longer working. So Bante would say, please find someone, make sure you repair the borehole. And then there was ladies that were working, that were interested, mainly unemployed, but we were hoping Bante would help them out in terms of earning income. So Bante had established a bit of a women empowerment program where they would learn making paper bags. So I was also tasked around that same time to make sure I see how the project can move forward. So for me, this was very compelling because I felt it's something I was really, this compassion, being able to reach out, for me, it gave me more purpose. But at the same time, I was finishing my university. I'd started learning banking. So I'd been in the bank for about 6 months. So it was just before my graduation. So I enjoyed what I was doing because I felt I was reaching out to the people and I was making a difference in their lives. So it made me really happy. So Bante gave me a book on mindfulness. I think it was mindfulness in plain English. He would tell me, please read. So as I got to read more about the Dhamma, I found it a bit interesting. And I think one of the suttas is the Kalama Sutta that said, please, after you've read all this Buddhism, don't believe in what your teacher says. Even whatever you realize that is going to bring you peace, in all the dimensions of what the Buddha had taught. For me, that woke me up. I couldn't believe. Despite all the teachings that were there, of course, coming from a Catholic background. So, of course, I met many people on my way here, and I got to learn more about the teaching. So, but mostly, is the outreach, how compassionate Bante was in terms of reaching out to the people, supporting them. So for me, this really pulled me so much.
It give you a peaceful life and a peaceful mind.
Yes.
And then because you can put it back to the community, what you learned and what you have.
So I had these skills in administration that I was picking up then, and then Bante was tasking me to put them to use here. So I felt it just came in quite handy.
Right.
So, and I remember after I was about to graduate, Bante said, for the work that you're doing, I would like to take you to Myanmar.
Wow, that's
because of the work that I had done. So
then
Myanmar became a special place for me because it was the first place I visited. But it also came as a reward for the work that I'd been doing at the monastery on small scale then.
Yes.
So when we started, that was 2015, 16, when I officially started to volunteer here. But before, I used to just come, I was much younger, because of school, I would only come here
just
one,
for
2 days.
Just to kill the weekend.
Yes.
But now you're more serious about it.
Yes. This is I know 10 years down the road, I'd actually be here and grounded.
Oh, nice. So this is when did this
It was Bante's mother. When Bante had traveled back to USA or to Sri Lanka to study, it was Bante's mother, me here, and the caretaker. So just 3 people. So sometimes I'd spend a week, 2 weeks, and no one is visiting. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, what am I doing here? Now, it's only now that I realized, wow, how I wish I'd known earlier. I would have spent more time meditating and, But of course, I've learned this over the years now. And I appreciate the power of actually having this personal space. That was the time for me to retreat, actually. The time for me to retreat. And so today, it's much different. We have so many people here. People storm this place and with the many programs. But the center being established in 2005 had decided with just a tent. He would come and camp here, and then that was it. No kitchen, nothing. So even no temple. So it has, in 2005, building the temple in stages amidst all his travels, where everybody is invited, and where it is today. With the first 2 acres of land. So what is we see in the perimeter wall is the first 2 acres of land. And again, why Myanmar is so special? We have 2 other buildings on this property. One is the mini stupa. He's offered by a Burmese family.
Mini stupa, that's the
that's the one.
Yeah. And then we have also the Sima Hall, the ordination hall.
Yeah.
Also offered by a Burmese family.
I see.
So Myanmar is here. Yeah. So this one has made it so special. And for me, of course, Myanmar being my first country that I traveled to, and meeting a couple of Burmese. I met so many people in other countries, but there's been something special. I must say, something special with the Burmese lady Momo here, the Sitagu Siado visiting here in 2017, seeing the first monk, I must say, missionary monk that came here, Venerable Asin, I think it was Asin Adisa. He came here. Then now we have Venerable Pandicha, then Siado Osada. So that and also being able, a few things that I noticed when I was in Myanmar that really moved me. When I went to Myanmar, I came back a different person. The first one was when I was in Mandalay, Zagai. I used to, from every household, I used to see a pot and a cup of water.
Okay.
So I remember asking, why is I see there's a pot and a cup of water? I said, no. If you're thirsty, you can go pick water and drink.
Right.
Every time I share this, my experience with my fellow Ugandans here, I tell them, I say, if I put a cup and a pot of water in my house, what would you think? They would say, no, this man is trying to poison us. So for me, that kind of love, that kind of compassion, the trust amongst people, I really felt it's something that we could grow here because it's been part of us, but these are values that we've dropped.
Right. Because of the pot of water down there, you don't know what they put it in.
Yes.
You don't have a trust.
Thank you so much.
To drink it,
Yes,
right? But over there, it is the blessing that, they put it down there. Whoever thirsty or whoever need it, more than welcome to have it.
Thank you so much. For me, that's a memory that I can never forget.
Right.
It sticks right here.
Right.
Yes. The thing I observed was every time I went walking on the street, they would stop me. Hey, where are you going? Come, we take you. I'm saying, hey, I'm just taking some extra calls. I'm just walking a little bit because I had extra days after the conference and I was supposed to go to Shan State. So I had extra time on me to walk around and so. And then I remember there's one particular family where there's one of our translators who later on, because they noticed I'd stayed longer, they invited me to their home. They took me to eat Burmese local food. I found that really touching. So, and since then I felt it's just awoke what was in me, that actually we have the capacity to reach out and make the difference. Because that kind of reception I received, when someone comes at the center, I feel I should reciprocate the same.
Right.
So they give them the same feeling, because in the end, we all want to be happy. We all want to be welcomed. We all want to feel loved and cared
right,
for.
Exactly. You just want to give them a peaceful and
Thank you so much.
Let them people stay.
Yes. So
That's
then
good.
that resonated with what actually Bant was establishing.
Yes.
So him establishing this temple and getting to realize how he wanted to empower the community, how he wanted to give purpose to life, and also people get inner peace.
Right.
So for me, that was a very good foundation.
Right.
And then the Dharma It's
The
right
Dhamma,
there.
right.
So, which is just the Dhamma. So
Exactly.
that's how I blend it so well, and I find this
Right.
no better home.
Exactly.
Of course, the core is the monastic setup, where we have mindfulness meditation. We have the monks, we have the nuns, and we have meditation. That's the spiritual food. Yeah, the spiritual food, which is the key aspect. We have every day in the morning at 5:45 a.m. For 45 minutes, and in the evening at 5:45 p.m. Again 45 minutes. So added to that, we have an outreach program now for people that cannot make it to the monastery, because some people find it quite challenging to come all the way from Kampala, given the traffic. So as a monastery, we decided to reach out after talking to so many people who say, could you please have a center in Kampala? So there's a space that we rent, and we're able to send people there every Saturday to share the Dhamma with those that are within Kampala and can make it to the Kampala center. So there we do some Tai Chi, some yoga to relax the body and mind. Then we do meditation, and then listen to a Dhamma talk. So we have a couple of recorded talks by our teacher, Bhante Buddharakita, that we play, and then we discuss with the people that are available to see how much they've digested, if they have any questions. So many people find it very interesting. So we have a couple of people coming in to reach out, and for us, I feel it's a very big plus, because we've built a very big space of people in Kampala that are interested in Buddhism and the Dhamma. And in regards to this camp, we have so many coming from Kampala. Many children are coming from Kampala to also join in this. And I
How
feel
far from Kampala?
this is about 25 kilometers from here.
25 kilometers.
Yes. So this has given us chance, not only us, but also given the students there in Kampala a chance to be able to learn the Dhamma. I mean, I can't imagine students coming from Kampala to come and take part in our camp here. Our ordination, the Ubuntu values, the Buddhist values of generosity, compassion, loving kindness. For me, that means a lot. So the impact is there, and I'm really grateful to Bhante for what he has really established, because it was just a seed, and today the fruit. This seed is unique because it has the Dhamma, it has education, it has youth empowerment, it has women empowerment, it has nursery school, primary school, secondary school, it has a medical center, it has a culture, and also it allows our culture, because people love to dance, we have a cultural dance group. So we have a computer lab here where students can learn skills. We have a sewing machine program where we make our uniforms here. And also we're making the nuns' robes here.
Oh, really?
So we buy the material and have the nuns' robes sewed here. It's only the monks' robes that we haven't yet started making here. But yes, Myanmar, it's something special I'm telling you about Myanmar. Because even during my trip to Myanmar, I remember we brought those Burmese sandals. I remember. And I was wondering, what are they taking down to Uganda's? But this was the donation and robes. But it's until maybe 2017 we started making ordination for the young children. But today, actually short on robes. We need more robes because the students joining the training program are increasing over the years. So
how this temple, how they went there? You have this center, you have this program.
Yes.
So how the impact to the community, and what is you guys have those feedback, and what do you see the changes after you have this?
Yeah. So I must say, we started. I start with the school because many of our people, whenever they saw the monastery, whenever they see the Buddhist monks, all they relate to is Tai Chi, martial arts. So, and every time, even when you meet one of the nuns, they say Shaolin monk, Shaolin. So for them, they can't distinguish between the Theravada tradition, Mahayana. They just can't. All they see is a monk. So, but of course, one thing they know is they know monks are very calm. So, and also whenever they see any person wearing robes, or they say from the Buddhist temple, they say that person is going to be, he has martial arts and everything, So of course, it's very interesting. Because when people are thinking, that's one way for people to, that means you're secured, because they will be fearing you, of course, in courts. So, but the community, I must say, through the earlier programs that were established before we had an official starting of the school, like I shared in 2008, we used to have students learning under a tree. Bhante used to teach them under a tree, and a few volunteers. But this has since evolved. And when it substantially evolved was in 2019, when Bante decided to establish a nursery school with just 12 students. So this school was started with only 12 students and was in partnership with a good friend of his, the Bhikkhu Bodhi, through his organization Buddhist Global Relief, who offered to donate money towards those students. And those students got full scholarship. They're getting food. This money was covering the teachers' salaries and the students that were in the community, because around that time, many of the parents would come and ask for school fees. And Bante said, I would love to establish a community where people don't come and get and take. They should feel this is part of their very own. So the school was one way of telling them, no, you can actually contribute. So how? They can be able to serve as staff, and then this money goes back to them. So even some of the food items that were consumed by the students were supplied by some of the parents. So this has since evolved. From 2019, we started with 12 students. The nursery section. Today, the nursery section has 85 students. And this is, I feel for me, it's very good, given we had COVID in between there. Because we established a school in 2019, then 2020 we had COVID. For us, schools closed for almost 2 years. So minus that, I think would be way far ahead. So we have the 85 students in nursery section. In primary, we have 165 students. And this year, because we had, our primary section started with only 3 students. This, again, everything comes through challenges. First, we don't have where our students who had ordained as monks had nowhere to go for their high school, their primary school. So we had to hire special teachers to come and teach the students here, those that had ordained as monastics then. And when they finished their primary school, two of them, the best performing student was taken to Sri Lanka to study. 2 of them stayed here, but again we had no school for them. So what happened was they had to be disrobed and then taken to a school nearby. But after 1 year, Bante said, no, we noticed our students, it would be very good to retain the students based on the values, because many of the parents out there are confident in how the students are raised here in terms of discipline, character. So Bante made a drastic decision, and earlier this year we started with a secondary school to accommodate our own students that have been raised and groomed here as monastics, to keep them in the same environment where they feel confident, they feel they're being raised very well. And I have feedback from one girl who had also left. Last year we had three boys and 1 girl who first started their primary education. So the girl went to another school, and I remember during the holiday last year in December, she told me, Uncle Andrew, I'm not happy with the school where I am, because there people are so abusive, everyone just says out a word, they don't mind. I feel uncomfortable there. And I remember sharing this feedback with Bante, and I was so happy that his response was, let us start our own school here. So the impact this monastery has made is unimaginable. Not only me as an individual, because I can tell you I have seen myself transform, the person that I was 10 years ago or even 5 years ago, being more compassionate, more accommodative, more generous. So the monastery has helped bring out the best in me, to work within myself. And I'm happy to share this with others, because I feel this is what we need also for our society. How can we be more peaceful people? That is very important. Many of our parents today, we don't do a lot of marketing or bring the students here. No, it's the parents that do this work for us. They convince their own parents, and most of the students are from within the community. So that shows how much confidence they have in the monastery and what we are offering. So however, the task at hand is, even amidst our structures that we have, because I know Bante has always emphasized to me, he said, education is not the structures, but it starts from the mind and also the heart. So you can have all these buildings, but once you miss out the heart and the mind, then there's nothing. So we are happy to reach out and educate the students of this country that are part of our education system, grounding them in the Buddhist values of generosity, compassion, loving kindness, that they might be able to blossom as well and be the difference, be able to influence others. So that is very important in our education system. And with the establishment of the school,